And the second New Zealand wicket now is down with the total at 25.
There's a run here. It may have come off the thigh pad. I'll wait for umpire Steve Woodward. No, in fact, he's not signalling, so Andrew Jones off the mark. He gets one down to fine leg.
But he'll tighten up now, Martin Bicknell.
Jones goes for this one, and it's going to be 4 runs. It's a long way up to the boundary there, but Andrew Jones got plenty on it, and that's a good, healthy blow. Well, thumping off drive this time. Gooch has a long chase. The outfield is still a bit damp. And Jones comes for the third, and that's well run. Well, that's a good one. And he's caught behind. Well, that's a great reply from Bicknell. And the New Zealand captain is out. And New Zealand are 43 for 3.
A magnificent ball from Bicknell, an absolute gem, because it pitched and then ran away a little bit, and Crowe shaping, I think, to play defensively. I don't think there was any intention there to run it down. Was just beaten by the ball, the edge taken, and Crowe joins Wright and Reid. New Zealand are 43 for 3, and we're just coming to the end of the 13th over.
Oh, in the air, but what a good shot. He hit it very, very powerfully through the covers. A little slow out there, the outfield, with the dampness, but 4 runs. So Martin Bicknell into Ken Rutherford. Pushing at this. He'll get 1 for Ken Rutherford. In fact, he'll come back for 2. Pushed at that one, but it actually went away remarkably quickly off the bat.
New Zealand batsmen really struggling just to occupy the crease here right now.
Well, that's nicely turned by Jones. Quite fine. And Tufnell having a little bit of a problem down there with the slippery surface. And Jones comes back for a second. That's a lovely shot. There is a sweeper out there now, though, to Freitas. We've had the 15 overs, remember, so England can push a few players out into the outfield. It's another full toss, and this time Jones gets a hold of it. That's 4 runs. That's thumped by Jones, and very well stopped indeed by Fraser. Even though the long off was coming round, I think that had enough on it to have, had it got past Fraser, would have gone for 4.
They're very firmly struck indeed here, just to the onside of the stumps. And Fraser did well to get across from mid-on.
Jones really goes after that. That's a great shot. Stewart wide on the boundary. And Jones gets a couple of runs for that thumping cover drive. End of the over then. 22 overs bowled, 77 for 3.
Good looking shot from Ken Rutherford. He beats the cover field. Mightn't go for 4. They'll certainly get 3.
Hello.
Yes, I think
we're on sick leave.
Yes.
There's, I think, quite a few sickies here today.
I imagine so. Oh, he's gone. Well, looking to hit that one away. Seemed to just turn the bat a little early and spooned it back almost to Tufnell. Ken Rutherford, and he made no mistake on that occasion. So the 4th New Zealand wicket has fallen with the score at 91.
Yes, he seemed sort of, he didn't play it very well. His weight was all in the wrong position, wasn't it? He was in his footwork. There was no footwork, or no footwork of the right sort. It was a crucial wicket, one they really didn't want to lose. Rutherford, who's in good form, and it's going to need a notable innings now from how Rutherford got himself out. Tufnell making no mistake with that return catch. He dropped one earlier, and he was going away to leg, and he was in no sort of position. The ball had to go up in the air.
Driving, pick up one here. There's a man on the cover point boundary. So the score ticking over, but not setting the world on fire at the moment.
Beautifully struck by Harris, but just the one run. Good chasing from David Gower. There was never any doubt about the weather, John, surely.
No, it seems to unsettle a few of the visitors, doesn't it? We were always confident. And there's the 100 up. New Zealand's 100 for 4 wickets.
Andrew Jones has hit that very hard, but there's a man on the leg side boundary as the sweeper. That's Martin Bicknell, and he's got a great arm. Look at that throw. We remember Martin Bicknell from Christchurch for his throwing arm. He really is a strong young man, this opening bowler from Surrey. Andrew Jones has hit the ball very well, but look at the way Bicknell's at the ball quickly. Clean stop. And that throw, almost a flat one. Well, it's not all that well timed by Chris Harris. He really had to reach for it. And one run over the infield, but short of the outfield. Harris has run the first one hard. He's going to come back for the second, is he? Well run. Throw from De Freitas away in the deep. But the New Zealanders now looking to get as many runs as possible to the deep. A solid shot here by Harris. And Chris Harris not turning blind. Good cricketing skills there, looking to where the ball was as he turned for the second. Well, that's gone. Well bowled by Tufnell, held it back, the slower one, and Chris Harris absolutely beaten. And a good stumping made by Jack Russell. So Harris is gone. New Zealand 5 wickets down now. 5 down, 109 runs on the board, and this is over number 33. Well out and well bowled, well stumped. Harris gone for 9, and New Zealand in the 33rd, 109 for 5.
Been plenty to entertain the crowd anyway. A few too many wickets falling for their liking, but they've certainly enjoyed the morning session. Very nice day here in Wellington. Lovely for watching cricket. Mild, still. Well, that deserves that. Stewart seems to have it under control and does it very well indeed. Well, there it's up, high in the air. Fraser might get it. Fraser doesn't. Well, Fraser's a big man, so he took a long time to get underway. And it is a bit awkward down there, but that gives Jones his 50. If he didn't have it before, he's got it now. Andrew Jones, 50 from 76 balls.
You see the top edge here, and as you say, Peter, a big man, not as agile as most. And certainly a sharper man would have got at least hands under that. However, he gave it his best shot, wasn't good enough, and Jones lives for a top edge.
Oh, Jones is playing well now. It's a big chase for Atherton.
So that's a good run rate from Jones, 53 from 78 balls. He's kept it ticking over, and particularly taking into account that New Zealand have lost wickets at the other end. So his innings has become crucial.
Smith after this one. It'll go all the way to the boundary.
Well, that shot showed there's life in the body yet, isn't it? That was a real village green slog, but it was effective, and the crowd loved it. The Palms won't worry if 1s and 2s keep coming.
You look for a second here, Smith. You take De Freitas on. It'll be a real battle. And De Freitas' throw was bad.
Yes, it was not the best, was it? In the middle of the pitch, jolly nearly. And showing that putting the fielder under pressure by Smith coming back for the second really paid off, didn't it? It produced that very bad throw. It almost got him on the backside.
Nicely timed.
I think he's going to be stopped. Yes, it is. And 3 runs there. Well run. There he is, a picture of concentration. What a good shot, too. That'll bring him a couple of runs.
Here's Angus Fraser bowling to Jones. Oh, he's clean bowled him. Jones hitting right across the line. Angus Fraser has his 3rd wicket, and New Zealand now 6 down. Well, Andrew Jones has played his last hand, sadly for New Zealand. Another wicket for Angus Fraser, but Andrew Jones cleaned out. And Angus Fraser, well, what a top performance has been from him today. Jones out for 61. As we look at this delivery, Jones looking to force the pace, swinging right across the line, and the Midland leg stump well and truly disturbed. So Jones out for 61, continuing an exceptional run of form recently for Andrew Jones, one of the most successful batsmen ever for New Zealand at one-day internationals. 91 deliveries he faced, and New Zealand now in the 41st over, 150 for the loss of 6. And Fraser now with 3 for 18 in his 8th over. But a confident start from the young man. Well, that's what you call well placed by Chris Cairns. Inside edge. That's cool. Well taken. Philip de Freitas has his 1st wicket and Chris Cairns is gone. Tough catch taken by Robin Smith close in there on the offside. That one really climbed. And at its short points, Robin Smith, Chris Cairns gone for 5. And New Zealand now in a bit of strife at 158 for 7.
Oh, he's hit this one high in the air. It'll clear the field. In fact, they'll pick up at least 2. Should come back for 3. Graham Gooch, the man who picks up. Going for the big shot. Ian Smith giving himself plenty of room, charging as well, and it went straight through and hit the middle stump.
Yes, well, Smith giving this the charging slog, but not able to get bat on it. See that momentum coming forward all right. If he'd got hold of that one, it would have gone out onto the street. But Bicknell just receiving a little bit of attention there because he's just got his 2nd wicket. And New Zealand now are 171 for 8.
Oh, he's got a fine nick on this. It might run through for 4. In fact, it does. So 4 more to the New Zealand total.
In fact, there've only been 8 boundaries in the entire New Zealand innings. Pringle goes. This is a big one.
That's over the top.
That's a huge hit.
Umpire Woodward signalling it, and most people in the crowd signalling it too. Well, that really does bring them to life. Tremendous excitement here at the base. Just watch this. Whoa! You would almost feel the power in that. Look at it climbing away.
Good ball from Gooch. They'll go for 2 at least. And they settle for the 2. And that is the end of the innings. 49 overs. Graham Gooch looking at the clock, questioning the umpires, but it's clearly well past 1:30. Graham Gooch leaves the field. He'll be back in 45 minutes when England start the chase to score 197 runs to win this game in 49 overs.
Willie Watson's the bowler for New Zealand. England are 160 for 4. Remember, they needed just 197 to win. Willie Watson's the bowler. Alex Stewart is the batsman facing for England.
So there we are. There's the comparison. 160 for 4. England. At the same time, New Zealand were 149 for 5. 10 overs to go if they're needed. Sorry, there's 9 overs.
9 overs.
49 over game. England were a little slow to get through their overs, and they didn't get through in the allotted time. Oh, he's gone. Caught. drives it solidly to Willie Watson. He struggled to hang on to it for a moment. It looked like it was going to bobble out, but he got it in the end. And so Harris takes the wicket of Stewart. 5 down England for 160.
Well, exactly the same ball, exactly the same shot as Ken Rutherford got out into the first game. Driven down to mid-off. Enormous relief in everybody in the ground when Willie Watson, not least Willie Watson, and at mid-off, the wicket of Stewart captured, caught Watson, bowled Harris for 5. It's 160 now for 5 in the 41st over.
Chris Harris is the bowler. Robin Smith with 1 run out to mid-wicket, where John Wright does the fielding. In the air, but caught. Chris Cairns with another catch. So England now 6 wickets down, and this game not yet over.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? When England seem to be cruising it, they're just teasing almost New Zealand by losing another wicket. And we see another player caught at mid-off or mid-on trying to hit over the top. He couldn't quite reach it. You notice the bottom hand came off the bat. He tried to follow through and get it over mid-off. Couldn't do so, and Cairns took the catch.
So Russell gone for 2, 170 for 6. And that required run rate now over 6 and over. Pringle the bowler. That's well struck by De Freitas.
Pringle on his way. Oh, there's a mix-up. He's gone. He's run out. De Freitas has run out. Well, another mix-up. Smith pushing forward. He decided to take off. De Freitas didn't know whether he was coming or going. In the end, he was a mile out. Harris picked up and ran all the way.
Well, if you bat yourself into this sort of situation, this is what you get. It was a typical pressurised last few overs run out in a one-day competition and a tight finish. There it is, you see. I believe there was probably a run there had they gone straight to start. But what's the stopping, the starting? And in the end, De Freitas was nowhere and run out 5 miles. Good, quick thinking. Who was the fielder there on the covers?
Chris Harris.
Chris Harris. Very quick thinking by him, not to try and throw out the stumps, but just to keep his head and go and whip off the bails. England now 173 for 7. Martin Bicknell, who isn't a rabbit by any means, is coming in, and it's exciting.
Smith has gone. He looked to hit one out of the ground, and Pringle has bowled him.
Well, that was the wicket now that I think will make it decisive. I think New Zealand will win. Smith was playing quite well. He has gone. England are 174 for 8, and I think face defeat.
Well, amazing. Pringle bowling from the southern end. Smith the man in, went for the big shot. There's the off stump, knocked back. And England have lost their 8th wicket for 174 in the 3rd to last over. Oh, he's got hold of this one. Not very well. Big inside edge. John Wright racing in off the boundary. They're going for 2. It could be a run out. Oh, he's given him not out. Well, that was touch and go, wasn't it?
Didn't Cairns do well to take that? Her face says it all, doesn't it? Absolute wonderment. Well, I thought when he had the bails off, I thought, gosh, he must have got him. But Martin Bicknell shows a fine turn of speed. Oh dear, he was out.
Yes, he was about 2 feet short. That slow motion shows us. Well,
and 2 feet, you know, you ought to give that.
He should. That was a bad decision. It's getting tough. Oh, this could be 4.
Oh, it is 4. My goodness, that's a good shot. That was a marvellous stroke by Bicknell, wasn't it?
Well, it was. He timed it superbly, didn't he? It just raced away off the bat. Well, that's brought things around a bit for England. Chris Cairns just feeling his knee down there. He dived a long way, but this one, he just eased off wide of Cairns, who was reasonably fine, but the timing was superb.
Oh, it was an absolute classic cut, wasn't it? Late cut.
So Pringle again. Oh, inside edge this time, and that could be 4 more. That could be Jones a long way around. It won't actually get there, but they'll pick up 3. those are two very valuable balls from England's point of view.
Yes, he chose his fielder then, because Willie Watson, I'm afraid, is a very slow mover in the field. I can think of many fielders who would have got to that and stopped it. I somehow feel he should have got something in the way. So, now, 11 runs are needed to win, and we have 9 balls to go. So those are two crucial blows.
Oh, it's in the air. He's gone.
He's out. My goodness me. Bicknell is out. That was fantastic. It went absolutely straight there. Absolutely straight to the fielder. Jones made no mistake. He stood his ground. The ground has been invaded by every single school child in Wellington and most of the kindergartens as well. But they have to be told that there's one more wicket to go down.
Yes, well, Bicknell went for the shot. He got hold of it quite nicely, but it went straight down Andrew Jones's throat, and he made no mistake.
I tell you what, if he hadn't got his hands to it, he had a swollen throat at the end of that one. He didn't half hit it, did he? So, there we are, and it's Tufnell to come in, who, as I said before, is not the best batsman in England by a long chalk. So, goodness knows. I mean, 187 for 9. We've got 7 balls left, 10 runs to win, and I don't know what the rules are in this competition, but because England lost... New Zealand lost 8 wickets. England have got to score 10 runs. There's no question, I think, of them getting level because they've lost more wickets, even if they were still only 9 wickets down, and therefore would lose.
Yes, I don't quite know what the rules are on that one, but certainly they're worse off in the wicket department because New Zealand had 196 for 8 at the moment. England 187 for 9. And Fraser
187 for 9. Fraser. He's got to try and protect Tufnell. He's got to try and score 10 runs. What a finish.
Well, there's not too many men straight. So that's probably the place you'll try and hit. Oh, he's gone!
He's out, he's caught, that's the end. New Zealand have won by 9 runs. It's 1-all to play for in Auckland. What a finish. That was thrown up by Crowe there in the covers. Fraser trying to make room to drive. It's over. Just look at the scenes. No one needs to be told or to guess who won that one, Mystery.
No, great finish. What a turnaround. England looked like they were cruising this game. They had it in the bag, but all of a sudden the wheels fell off the show and New Zealand fought their way back into it. And what a great win.
187 then, all out. The England total. Andrew Jones is with me. This is becoming a regular feature this summer, Andrew. Congratulations. Once again, you are the Ubix most valuable player of the day. There's a promotional contract for a couple of $1,000 there for you. Well caught towards the end. Bit noisy to keep up with the play, or was the New Zealand team well in control?
Oh, I don't think we were in control, Peter. You know, it was a tight situation, a tight game. You know, we felt we were in with a chance, you know, probably sort of, you know, 10 overs to go, you know, and, you know, we had a bit of a buzz on. Obviously, the crowd was lifting us, and, you know, it was a good result for us, you know.
Tell us a bit about your innings earlier on in the day. 64 on a very difficult track, I'd say, at times.
Yeah, it was doing a little bit early. You know, they bowled very well early on, but, you know, I don't think we scored as many runs as we probably would have liked, and, you know, probably 220, 230 would have been, you know, a better batting result for us.
But as it turned out, it was just enough runs by 9, in fact.
Yeah.
That's right. See you at Eden Park on Saturday. Should be a great finale. Congratulations once again, Andrew Jones. Well played. You're certainly in magnificent form. Also with us just before we finish the night, John Morrison, and a few comments from John as he saw it from the boundary. John, one of the more staggering collapses of one-day cricket of recent times?
Well, it was. It sort of retains your faith in the game, doesn't it? It really looked like it was gone from New Zealand's point of view. They got the rough end of the stick, losing the toss, I thought. It was good bowling conditions this morning. But as Andrew Jones said, they battled through quite well to get to 196, but it still didn't look enough. And really, England looked like they were cruising it, but they didn't know how to shoot themselves in the foot then. But all credit to New Zealand.
As a coach and as a captain, why do those sorts of collapses happen?
Well, if we could answer that, I'd probably take the fascination of the game away, wouldn't it? But that's what keeps us coming back. But England have done that all summer, as Henry Blofeld reminded us. And but there's pressure. When you're chasing, you're under pressure. And England showed that today, and they just panicked a bit. and New Zealand kept the pressure on, and it set it up for a marvellous game on Saturday.
Indeed it has, John Morrison. Thank you, and Andrew Jones. We'll look forward to your company again on Saturdays. So it's 10 o'clock Saturday morning at Eden Park, the third and now the deciding Bank of New Zealand Cup one-day international between New Zealand and England. We're expecting a huge crowd there, so if you're coming along to Eden Park, I suggest you're early. Otherwise, join us on One World of Sport from 9:50, 10 minutes to 10 Saturday morning. See you then. Good night.